The odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.
Do we actually live in a simulation? Welcome back to The Imperfect. My name is Armin. If you're new to the channel, consider dropping that follow. It'll mean the world to me. And if you're on TikTok, I will scoop you back up immediately. However, let's jump back into this. So what are the odds that we actually live in base reality? Somebody might say 100. Almost everybody will say 100% we are in base reality, right? But even if you ask people like Neil Tyson, he's going to tell you 50-50. If you ask Elon Musk, he will say, I really think we might be in a simulated universe. Everything around us is simulated. How do you keep the simulation from escaping the simulation? You limit it. And what we do know in our reality, the limit is light speed. Now, however that makes sense to you, put it this way, like computing power, right? So that is how much you can compute, how much you can travel. Same thing. So there is limits, right? But we did do experiments called double slit experiments, and these got kind of scary. So what happens with the double slit experiment is we fire a light through these little slits and a piece of board, right, onto a wall and see the outcome of it, correct? You would see exactly what you think you would see. Those two slits going straight forward, hitting off that wall. However, the moment we weren't observing it and we came back to it afterwards, there was waves. So to check for this, is it just light? Because, you know, light bends, but so does water. So they did it with water. And what you see now is waves being created. So then they actually did this with charged particles. And observing it, it did exactly like the first time. It went straight through. But when we did the same experiment and come back to it, it created waves on the back. Simply like water would, right? That doesn't really make sense yet, but here's the thing. So we put a sensor in the camera to see what the difference is that happened there. With the sensors there, straight through. What the fuck? You take the sensors and cameras away and come back and see the results, waves. So is that intelligent design? Is that intelligent design to keep us from seeing what's causing this? And that sounds crazy, right? But quantum physics did prove that what will exist only will exist at the time of observation. Quantum physics is freaking nuts, so it's kind of hard to explain all that away. However, my wife and I are doing a long video about this, and it's fascinating. It's very fascinating. Again, my name is Armin. Welcome to The Imperfect.